girlies, and welcome back to the pod. Today we are talking about what's in my backpack, plus some high school essentials that y'all need. But before we get into that, let's just do the best and worst of the week. So, my best and worst of the week are kind of the same thing, I guess, which I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll explain. So, it's just that I started school last Thursday. I'm a senior. Yay, I guess. So I started school. Pros and cons to that. It was fun seeing friends for like 5 minutes. But then I remembered, oh, Carmen, why did you choose to take all these classes? Why are we here? Me sitting in AP Spanish? Do I know how to speak Spanish? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that was embarrassing for me. I think I'm just gonna have to accept that I don't really know what's happening, and that's okay. Hopefully I'll figure it out at some point. Maybe not, but oh well. And lunch was fun at my school. Seniors get to go out to lunch every day, so I got some sushi one day. I went to Chick-fil-A. Super fun. I'm not gonna have any money, so I'm gonna have to stop going out every day. But it was so yummy, and I've been doing a lot of social outings, which is weird because I usually don't. Went to a birthday party. I went to a soccer game. Why? I don't know. I don't like soccer, but I was there and been hanging out with friends. Been super fun. But then again, also related to the worst of the week is school in the same sense. Just like actual classes, actually having to do work, having to manage my time, which this weekend it's been a little like, maybe I need to manage my time a little bit better because I'm kind of doing everything last minute. I feel like I'm doing school stuff last minute, podcast stuff. Oh, and I'm taking my road test for driving on Tuesday, which I was just trying to get all my stuff together, which has been stressful because I just learned how to parallel park 2 days ago, but I would say I'm low-key a god at it. Very good. Parallel parking is something that I can do. Some other things on the test, I would say decent, maybe like a 5 out of 10. But I think it's passable. I don't know if that's a word, but I think that I will pass, hopefully, or else that'll be really embarrassing because I was telling everyone at school, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting my license on Tuesday. They're like, yay, because I'm a senior. So I could have gotten my actual license like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, a while ago. Pretty much a long time ago. So low-key embarrassing, but hey, I think I'll pass and I think it'll all be okay. And then also just I've been doing a bunch of college stuff. I still don't know all the schools I'm going to apply to, which is stressful. And I saw my college counselor. When I told him the schools I liked, he was like, oh, wow, those are some really tough schools. Like pretty much saying, you have absolutely no chance, sweetie. And I was like, guess I need some safety schools. So, if anyone has any safety schools that are in Virginia, North Carolina, maybe Ohio area, East Coast, is that even East Coast? I don't know, not the Northeast, but like Southeast. Is that even a thing? I don't know. Not like Alabama. Absolutely not. Sorry for people from Alabama, but I couldn't. And college stuff has been stressful. And then also I was supposed to be babysitting this weekend, which didn't happen because they were exposed to COVID, which is a good thing she told me because I was about to go. But everything's fine. Everything is okay. This year's gonna be a lot. I think I'm just trying to wrap my brain around that at the moment. But I think it'll be fun. Senior year, party time. Do I know where I'm gonna go to college? No, I don't. Will I end up somewhere? Probably. Will I like it? Hopefully. I think, honestly, though, it'll be fine wherever I go because I feel like I'm very adaptable and that I like doing new things. I like experiencing new things. So even if I don't like something 100%, I think that it'll be okay because it'll teach me something. I'm saying this trying to be positive, but I know even if I don't get into the school that I thought I would get into, I'll end up where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that sounds, yeah. Gonna go with that. So, now for the actual part of the episode. What's in my backpack? What are some high school essentials? Stuff like that. I actually have my backpack sitting right next to me in this chair. I'm looking at it. My backpack looks really crusty. I've had it since freshman year, and that's the first thing that is important about your backpack. Get a good backpack, guys. You don't need to get a new backpack every year, but just get one that you know you can use for a while, that's good quality, that's not going to rip, and that the zippers aren't going to break, because that would happen to me all the time in elementary and middle school. I would just get these really cheap, crappy backpacks, and they wouldn't last long, and then you keep having to buy a new one. So just get one good one, and you can use it for a while. Like I said, I've had mine since freshman year, and it's still perfectly fine. I mean, I don't really like the color, I don't really like how it looks, but it's a good backpack. It's from North Face. I think the North Face bags are good. I think the Patagonia bags are good. Stuff like that. I guess like the kind of the outdoorsy brands, but they're a little on the expensive side, not gonna lie. But if you're gonna have it for a while, I think it's worth it. So the first step to having a good backpack is buy a good backpack, guys. Don't cheap out. The bags at Walmart, I mean, some of them might be good, but I always get so mad, especially because I have so much stuff in my bag that I need the zippers not to break. I need there not to be a giant hole in my bag. I don't want the straps to fall off. And that has all happened to me. Not with this bag, though, luckily. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Another thing that you're probably going to want in your backpack is a calculator. Especially in high school when you're taking higher level math classes, I would recommend the one I have is a TI-84 calculator. Very good. It's a graphing calculator, and you'll probably need it like if you're going to Algebra 2, Pre-Cal, obviously calculus and that stuff. But definitely recommend. I've also had mine since freshman year. It's pretty much the message of the episode is get something once that's good, it's good quality, and then it's going to last you a while, and you're not going to have to keep buying stuff every year and buying new school stuff, because that is stressful, and I know we all put it to the last minute, or at least I do. I mean, I'm literally using all my binders, all my folders, even like paper from last year. I didn't buy any school supplies this year except for some pencils. I'm using the same highlighters. Oh, I did get a new pencil case that's very cute and looks like a stuffed animal unicorn, which I'm obsessed with, and I got it from Walmart. I put it on my Instagram story the other day, and it's so cute, so I can hold it when I'm sad at school. You know, if you fail, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I failed that test, and then you can just pull out your pencil case and just kind of pet it and give it a hug. Like, everything's gonna be okay. I also named it Lawrence. Why? I don't know. Oh my god. I need to tell this story because I just had a very weird morning. This morning, my dad and I were practicing driving, because I'm taking my test in 2 days. So by the time this episode goes out, I'll be taking it on Tuesday. Also, I will definitely let you guys know if I pass. Or, I mean, when I pass, obviously. So stay tuned on my Instagram stories at the Girly Girl Podcast if you want to hear about that. But anyway, this morning, my dad wanted to go to the cemetery. I don't know why. We don't have any family buried there, but we were driving around the cemetery, and some of the names people had were so cool. And we were like, if you ever need baby names, literally just go to a cemetery and you can find cool names. The one that I really liked, it was like from someone in the 1800s. It was like Athol, Athole, Athol. Oh my god. I was like, yes. I just want to give my child, if I have a child, like a really quirky name so that they're low-key bullied at school, but not too much, but just enough to humble them. There was also another one that was like Deirdre. I don't remember what the other one was, but it started with a D, but I really liked Athol. So I was like, that's a strong name. That's a very cool name. So catch me out here having a kid named Athol. We'll see if that happens. We'll see. It definitely will. Okay, sorry. I just thought I wanted to share because I went on a little field trip to the cemetery, and personally, cemeteries trying to weird me out. I don't like thinking that there are people in boxes below me. I don't understand, but it was cool. There was some headstones from like the 1800s, which was a little cool, a little creepy, but it was very peaceful, very relaxing, and good name ideas. So like if you're feeling really moody one day and you can drive, literally just go drive to the cemetery and look for baby names. I feel like this sounds really dark and like there's something wrong with me, but I promise it's a good idea. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking about that. But the next thing that I have in my backpack that you should also probably have is Aquaphor / Chapstick. I personally prefer Aquaphor or like Vaseline. Don't know what Aquaphor is. It's pretty much Vaseline but better. But have some sort of lip stuff. And I mean, wearing masks, you might not have to put it on as much. But whenever we didn't have to wear masks at school, I always put on Aquaphor all the time. Even with masks, I still do. Especially if you're someone who's on Accutane or just it's like winter time, your lips get dry. I know my lips get so dry, but having it with you is good because you don't want to have crusty, dusty lips. Even if people can't see it with a mask, you can still feel it and it feels nasty. So get some chapstick, get some Aquaphor, and actually use it. Probably the most important thing to have in your backpack is a water bottle. Okay, I have mine right over here next to me. So good. This is a off-brand Hydro Flask, the one that I have, because, short story, my Hydro Flask, there's something wrong with it. It literally leaks when it's standing up straight, which makes no sense to me. So I'm like, probably shouldn't bring that to school because I don't want it to leak all over my stuff. So I've been using this one, but it also doesn't have a straw in it, so I have to like turn it up, I guess, which I don't really like doing. But it's very cute. It's pink and blue and purpley, kind of marbled like. It looks like, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but it was a nail art trend where you would pour a bunch of nail polish colors in water and like dip your finger in it. It looks like that, but on a water bottle. And I really like this one. Very important to stay hydrated. 1, you won't get a headache. 2, it kind of helps you stay awake. 3, it makes your skin look poppin'. It's gonna make your skin look good, and it's gonna make you feel better. I always have water with me. Even if you aren't a big water person, carry it with you. If you have a water bottle, it's gonna encourage you to drink more. I know I talked about this in the last episode, but I just think it's so important to have a water bottle and to actually use it, especially at school. Then there might be water fountains, but I know at my school they're really nasty. It's like hot water. It's kind of gross. The color's a little weird. So bring your own water bottle. Bring it from home. Don't get the crusty water from school. Another thing that I think is a good backpack essential is a fun pencil case. Like I was saying earlier, I do have a fluffy unicorn pencil case from Walmart. I did originally have a clear case, which was nice because you could see all my like pens and pencils. So if I was looking for something, it was easy. But also it's kind of boring. And I had that one for 3 years. If you also notice, I really don't buy school supplies that much. I think they're cute. I think it's fun to get school supplies. But I'm not someone who's obsessed with it and it's going to try to buy new stuff every year. I mean, literally, for all my classes, I'm using my same notebooks that I was using last year that have part of the stuff that I learned last year. I mean, like an A-Push. I have an A-Push notebook, which I ended up taking all my notes online. So then for Gov, I'm just using part of that notebook. And then for Lang last year, now I have a notebook for Lit. Or for Calc, I'm just using my Calc notebook, which is also good because, guys, little hot tip. For your math classes, keep all your old notebooks because you're probably going to need to know how to do the stuff, especially if you're going from Calc AB to BC or even like pre-cal to AB. I mean, you don't do that much of similar stuff. But just keeping some of your math notes, some of your school notes that you think might carry on to the next year is important, or like from U.S. history if you're taking government, like stuff that you know obviously are going to be related. Keep this supplies so then you can review that and it'll definitely help you out. I've just been reusing all my stuff. I wish I was into school supplies. I'm really not. I think it's fun. I think it's cute, but I've never had like a little obsession. Anyway, get a fun pencil case to spice up your life. 10 out of 10 would recommend going to Walmart and getting the animal pencil cases. I also have one that I don't use for school, but I actually put a bunch of cords in it when I'm traveling. So I have like chargers, headphones, that type of stuff. And it's a sloth. It's purple. It does not look like a sloth at all. And it has little, I guess, what are sloth hands? The really long nails. So it looks kind of weird. Does not look like a sloth, but I love it so much. So stuff like that. Fun pencil cases. Spice up your life. Don't worry about being embarrassed about your school supplies, guys. I'm literally carrying around a unicorn, and it doesn't fit in my backpack. It sticks out of my backpack every day at school. No one cares. In fact, people are probably going to think, oh my gosh, that's so fun. Or even, I know at my school, a bunch of girls were getting kid backpacks. You're like, ew. Like when I was a freshman, I'd be like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing for them. But it's fun, okay? It's so fun. So don't worry about being embarrassed by stuff you're getting. Get stuff you like. No one cares. And if they do, it's school supplies, so they really shouldn't. And honestly, you shouldn't care what they think because, again, it's school supplies. Why is it like controversial? No one cares. Okay. Relating to binders and me reusing notebooks, I think it's super important that you separate your school stuff by subject. So like getting a different binder, folder, notebook, whatever you may need for that class, getting a different one. Not using the same one for every class. I know some people like to just have one big binder where they put all their school supplies the entire year. Don't do that, okay? You're bound to get everything messed up. It's not smart, okay? Not smart. You may think you're smart. You may think you're saving space. You're not, okay? Just get separate stuff. It makes things easier. It's going to keep your notes more organized. It's going to keep all your tests more organized. So overall, if you don't want to lose stuff, have separate binders, notebooks, folders. Again, whatever you're using for the class, have it separate. I usually like to color coordinate stuff. Or even if you write the class name on it, you can put it on a little sticky note and write the class name so you don't really forget which one it is for. Another thing that is so important that I can't stress enough is having a planner, okay? I know I talk about this so much, but honestly, just trying to drill it into your guys' heads. You need a planner. You need to write down your homework. Don't put it in your phone. Don't write it on your hand, okay? Write it down on a piece of paper. And it helps if it's in like a journal, if it's in a book. I have one right in front of me, okay? It's like a journal. It doesn't have to be those like $50 planners from Lily Pulitzer, okay? You don't need that. You don't need that. Just get a little journal. It can be blank. And you can just write the days of the week and write your homework. Because, guys, you're not going to remember what you have to do at the end of the day after having like 8 periods, okay? You have maybe 6 classes, 5 classes, however many. You have 8, 7, I don't know. I think I have 6. But you're not going to remember everything you have to do. And I mean, yeah, they'll post it online, but it's easier to keep track of what you have and haven't done if you actually write it out. And then once you do something, cross it off, okay? It'll keep you more organized, and then you'll know what you still have to do, what you don't have to do. And that also relates to something else. Just writing to-do lists in general is so helpful. I have one actually sitting in front of me. I have, in fact, only done 2 out of the 6 things on the list, and it's like 1:30 p.m. right now. But still we're moving along. Write a to-do list, cross stuff out. It's satisfying. And I mean, if you are a more online person, you can there's a little, I don't know what it's called, like app or extension type thing that's called Stickies, and if you have a MacBook, an Apple product, you can get it on your laptop and you can write your homework on that. Personally, I like to have like something written down because I know in a lot of my classes I can't just casually take out my laptop and like just start typing because some teachers don't want you to have a laptop on in their class. So writing it down would just be the better option. Another thing that is definitely an essential are headphones or AirPods. Personally, I just use my AirPods and I can just throw them into my backpack. I have a smaller zipper, which I'll put them in. And this is really good because, I mean, you can use headphones, a lot of things. Sometimes you need it during class. Other times, maybe you're just feeling moody one day and don't want to speak to anyone. Perfectly valid. Just pop out your headphones, put them in, walk around the hallways, and no one has to speak to you. So definitely have some headphones in your bag and also make sure they're charged. That could be good. If you're using like some Bluetooth headphone type thing, make sure it's charged. You don't want to have it dead. I mean, if they are dead, quick tip, just put them in your ears and people still won't talk to you. No one knows what you're listening to. It's great. And I know a lot of people sometimes study better with headphones just because if you're listening to music, that can help you focus. So if you're someone who needs music to help you study, I definitely recommend listening to classical music or lo-fi beats. I know on Spotify it has a bunch of playlists and on Apple Music as well, so you can do one of that. Personally, I can't really listen to music while studying just because, honestly, I just get so into songs that I just want to sing them. And keep in mind, I'm a horrible singer. I'm absolutely horrendous. But I do like to sing, so music distracts me. I need it to be dead silent when I study, but that's just, if you need music, use music. If you don't, then don't. Honestly, it's just up to you and what works best for your study method. But again, headphones are very versatile. You can use them to listen to music, you can use them in class, or you can use them so people don't speak to you. They're great. One of the best items in my bag.
Today's episode is brought to you by DB. DB is a Scandinavian brand that makes backpacks and bags to help people on the move stay ready for anything. From the streets to the peaks, DB's gear is travel tested by some of the world's best athletes, adventurers, and creators. Over the past decade, DB has designed and developed, released, and refined the best bags in the market. With DB's patented hook-up system, you are able to attach smaller products to your backpack, roller, or tote. Let me just say, having the right bag when you're traveling is so important. It can honestly make or break a trip. We're teaming up with DB to exclusively offer our listeners 10% off your next purchase by using the code POD10 or going to the link in our show notes. DB, it's time to move on, time to get going.
Another thing that isn't necessarily like a backpack, something that's in my backpack, just like something you need for school in general, I would say, is a pair of comfy shoes, pair of basic shoes. This can be like a white pair of sneakers, black shoes, whatever, just something that you can wear with pretty much every outfit and that you could wear almost year round, I think would be good. I mean, some of my favorites, I have a pair of white sneakers and a pair of black sandals and then Birkenstocks. Stuff like that are definitely essentials that you're going to be wearing all the time and that you need. I mean, of course, it's super fun to get a pair of like sparkly shoes or a pair of shoes that you can only wear with a few things because they're just out there. Those are great, but you're definitely going to want something that's comfortable at school just because you don't want to be walking around like in a shoe that has heels all day, especially if you have to walk up the steps. I've done that. I've worn booties to school that have heels and my feet hurt all day and then I can't focus. It's so uncomfortable. So definitely get comfy shoes, basic shoes that can just go with anything. Another thing that you're going to need along with like the clothing outfit idea that we're going with is a raincoat. At my school, it's split into different buildings, meaning that I have to walk outside. For example, I have to walk to the middle school for my science class, or if I want to go out to lunch, I have to go to the parking lot to get to my car, or just like if I want to be outside. It's smart to have a raincoat, smart to be prepared. I personally have a red North Face raincoat, which I got freshman year. I think I got it before my freshman year trip because I didn't have a raincoat, and honestly, I got it for sale. It's great. I've used it since, and it's perfectly fine, but sometimes you'll find raincoats and they absolutely suck. So make sure before you buy it that it's actually waterproof, because I've bought stuff multiple times that say they're raincoats and they're not raincoats, and it's more of a windbreaker, and then you're stuck in a downpour and you're soaking wet. So definitely get a raincoat. Make sure it's a good raincoat. North Face is good. Patagonia's good. I mean, literally it doesn't have to be some name brand thing as long as you know that it's actually waterproof. So that's all that matters. Another thing that you're definitely going to want are some chargers for your laptop, headphones, phone, whatever. And this is for those times when you kind of just forget to plug in your laptop before you go to bed, or maybe you did plug it in, but for some reason it didn't charge the night before, and now you have 30% and you have 6 classes today, and in all of them you need a laptop. So definitely recommend bringing a charger with you in your backpack. Personally, I always make sure to charge my things the night before. This just makes me feel more put together, but sometimes my laptop doesn't charge for whatever reason, but that's why I always like to check in the morning to make sure that my computer actually did charge. And if it didn't, just bring your charger with you. And if you are someone who's always prepared, always has everything charged, bring your charger anyway. Maybe someone else needs it and you can lend it to a friend, and now you're their new hero. So 10 out of 10 would recommend bringing some chargers to school. I also love color coding all my notes, so definitely recommend getting some highlighters and pens. I have different colors for different classes. Pretty much, I think, let me try to remember what it is. But I had blue for English, pink for math, orange for history, purple for Spanish, and green for science. So you obviously don't have to use those exact colors, but those are just what made sense to me. But I would have a highlighter and a corresponding pen that were similar colors, but obviously not the exact same, different shades. So like for math, I would have like a dark pink pen and a light pink highlighter. And like same for Spanish, like a light purple highlighter, a dark purple pen. And so when I was taking notes, this was super helpful. Especially, it just helps you remember things better. I think, I'm not sure if that's actually true, but I feel like it could be possibly. And then also if you're just trying to find your notes, it's helpful to know what color it is. And for me, it just makes more sense and it helps me stay organized and spices up your notes, okay? You don't want to just be using a yellow highlighter for everything. 1, that's ugly. 2, it's boring, okay? Just get some fun highlighters. You can get like a pack on Amazon. I think that's where I got mine. You can use markers, I guess, as a highlighter. In a way, probably. But I think highlighters, different color pens, all good. And I don't know if anyone remembers this, but on TikTok, there was this trend where people were doing, like, what color corresponds for classes. And it was, like, the only color people can agree upon is, like, science being green. Then everyone else is, like, arguing about, like, what English is, what math is, what history is. And that just reminded me of that because, honestly, I feel like the colors that I picked just make so much sense. But then again, someone else is like, absolutely not, Carmen. What the heck? No. Another thing that I think is helpful for school is what you have on your phone, what you have on your laptop. I know I've talked about this in an episode, not for a while though. I think it was probably last year, last fall, around school season. But some apps that I think are good and you definitely need for school. I'd say Gmail is good. You want to have Gmail on your phone just in case you're emailing teachers, if you need to know stuff right away, if you need to know assignments. You can't always get your laptop out, and let's say your laptop is dead. It's helpful to have all your school stuff on your phone as well. So I like Gmail. You can actually have multiple inboxes on there because I have 3 email accounts and you can see all your stuff in one place. Super helpful. Another thing that I think is good is all the Google stuff. So Google Drive, Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, whatever, all those apps. It's nice to have Google Classroom. If your school uses that, you can get that on your phone. And if you have to turn any assignments in online, I suggest having a scanning app that will scan your documents. Like, you can take a picture, it'll scan it, it'll put it in black and white, turn it into a PDF, and then you can just put it in your drive and turn it in. I think that is also helpful, especially if your school is like online. I don't know if any schools are still online, but like COVID stuff, if your teachers don't want physical copies, that is always super helpful, having an app like that. Also, Quizlet is really good. I personally hate making real flashcards. One, it really makes my hand hurt. And also, I don't think they're very helpful, and I know I'm gonna lose them and that they'll get so unorganized. Also, you can't bring them with you everywhere, so that's why I think it's helpful to use Quizlet, because you can use it on your laptop, you can use it on your phone. So if you're sitting in the car, someone else is driving, you can just go through like your Spanish vocabulary, different English words. I don't know, do people learn English vocabulary in English class? I don't, but if you do, that works as well. If you need to know names for history. Personally, I only really use Quizlet for my Spanish classes, but if you have a quiz coming up and you learn best through flashcards, I like Quizlet. Try it out, but again, it might not be what works best for you. Different things help us study more efficiently. Some people might prefer like paper flashcards. Other people might prefer online things. And that's same with note taking too. If you learn better from taking notes on a laptop or writing it on an iPad, by all means go ahead. Personally, for me, I can't remember anything if I'm typing it. It goes in one ear, out the other. You don't remember a thing. So I like to write things in a notebook. When I'm in history class, I take all my notes on paper. Last year I really didn't, and I didn't really learn anything last year, yes, in history, but I think that's partly because I was doing online notes that it was kind of hard for me to remember some stuff. Obviously I did learn. I learned a good amount, but I feel like I would have understood things more and been able to remember it better if I had actually wrote it down. I think that is really helpful when studying as well. Just having something that you can refer back to is really nice. I think those are all the school apps I could think of. But definitely Google. I feel like everyone has Google on their phone. But if you have a school website, just so you can check that. But yeah, having your apps on your phone, obviously having the stuff available on your computer. I like using bookmarks. You can actually create folders. So I have different folders on my Chrome app. So I have like school, podcast, other, and my others just like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Stars, all the TV watching stuff. But you can separate things by classes too if you wanted. If you wanted like a calc folder, why can't I think of any classes? Spanish folder, history folder, whatever. I also think it's good too if you use folders in Google Drive. I'm a folder fiend. I have so many. One day, I remember I counted them in 8th grade and I had like over 100, so I don't even know how many I have right now. But in Google Drive, don't just put stuff everywhere. You're not going to find it. Separate folders. I like to do by grade level. Well, actually, no, that's not even the first one. So I have school, and then like senior year, and then like AP Lit. And then inside AP Lit, I would have like essays, like analysis, whatever I'm doing. I don't even know what you do in that class. I've had 2 days of it and I cannot tell you. But whatever would be going on in that class, having separate folders, I think, can really help you stay organized. And again, it's like the binder thing. You need to separate stuff out. You can't have everything in one place because something's going to get lost. You're not going to be able to find a document, and then you're going to get a late grade and you'll be sad, and then you'll wish you had your unicorn pencil case as a therapy animal. Okay. Period. I think something that's also helpful, I personally don't have one of these, but I think it would be really nice, and I might make one. Like having an emergency kit, that sounds kind of extreme, but just stuff you think that you might need or that you necessarily wouldn't bring to school with you. You can, I guess, keep it in your bag, keep it in your car, but it's like a little makeup bag, I guess, something around that size. But if you want to put like deodorant in it, mouthwash, chapstick, any period supply stuff you might need, tampons, pads, whatever you use. Maybe you want to bring like a change of clothes, some makeup, concealer. I'm trying to think of what you would put in here. Yeah, I don't really know. But whatever you think you might need at school that you don't have. Oh, I know something. A Tide stick. Those stain removing sticks. Get one of those. Those are so helpful. Because if you spill red sauce on your shirt at school, you don't want to be walking around with that. So get a little Tide stick from your emergency kit and you'll be good to go. You can put it in your locker, put it in your backpack, your car, wherever. But 10 out of 10 would recommend. I might have to get one. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. But probably the most important thing you're going to want at school are snacks. Okay, snacks. I always get so starving at school. I think it's from, the rigorous activity of sitting at a desk all day. But I just get so hungry, and by the time it's lunch, I just wish I had snacks. I mean, my school has a vending machine, but I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. So maybe, like, bring a snack. Either if you have a locker, put a bunch of snacks in your locker. If you don't have a locker, bring some, like, Cliff Bars in your backpack. Go-Go Squeeze, chips. I think I'm hungry. But I really like, oh my god, my favorite snacks. So, my absolute favorite snack are the pea crisps. I don't know what brand they are. They're so good. I love pea crisps. I love Go-Go Squeezes. I love Cliff Bars. I love Kind Bars. Those are also really yummy. Any type of fruit, strawberries, berries. You probably don't want to leave those in a locker at school though. But I think something solid and not something that needs to be refrigerated. Bring snacks to school. Candy, if you want to do that. If you're about to fall asleep at school, candy is a good option. Personally, I'm not a big candy person. Sugar breaks me out a lot. And skin first, baby. Skin first. As most people know, I have had skin issues, so I try to be more considerate about what I eat. I say that while, like, I literally had a cinnamon roll this morning, but that's okay. That's fine. That's probably why my face is breaking out. That would make sense. Sugar and dairy makes me break out so much. I literally stopped drinking milk because of my skin. I stopped drinking soda because of my skin. Honestly, I do a lot for my skin, so it should, like, be nice to me back. And I feel like people are gonna be like, oh my god, Carmen, your skin looks so good. It looks perfect. Guys, you're seeing it from my phone, okay? You're not seeing it in person. Things on your phone look different than they do in person. I appreciate it, but definitely not perfect, and I think that's okay. That's fine. I don't need to have perfect skin, no matter how much I want it. It's okay. It's fine. Also, if you have a breakout, concealer's good. I really like, instead of concealer, my favorite thing is tinted sunscreen, okay? one, everybody should be wearing sunscreen every day. I put it on my face, my neck, and my hands. I do, in fact, have very soft hands, and I think it's from sunscreen. I don't really have any spots on them. So, definitely wear sunscreen, because if you didn't know, some of the first signs of aging pop up on your neck and on your hands. So, wear sunscreen in those areas. Get a tinted sunscreen. If you're someone who likes to wear makeup, you can do that. Or if you have some acne and you're not feeling your best, you're not feeling the most confident, get some tinted sunscreen. It can make you feel better. Also, it's just fun in general because I feel like it makes you look more put together, like you actually tried and put effort in for school, which on my first 2 days of school, I did in fact wear cute outfits both days. Will that be happening this week? Probably not. I'm feeling like this week is more of a sweatshirt, black pants type of day. It is a little hot outside though. It's like 80 degrees. So it might be a sweatshirt skirt type of day. Maybe I'll try and pretend like I'm looking cute when really I'm not and I don't care. But for school, wear whatever you want. No one cares. If you want to dress up every day, go ahead. If you have to wear a uniform, obviously wear your uniform. But if you want to look chill, if you just want to be comfy, be comfy. Speaking of that, I don't really know how this is connected, but it just kind of reminded me. Tomorrow morning, as in Monday, as in when this episode comes out, I have senior sunrise, which is going to be so cute. We're going to the SAC, which stands for like Sayre Athletic Complex, which is these fields not even by my school. They are in fact next to a strip club, which is really funny. But it's like these sports fields, and we're going to watch the sunset, and it's going to be really cute. But also it's like 6 a.m. So I'm trying to imagine a bunch of teenagers awake at 6 a.m, and then you have to go to school the rest of the day. Everyone's going to be falling asleep. I just know. But I think I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. And we're going to bring like blankets and chairs. And I'm going to bring my blanket that has my dog's face on it. Because for my 16th birthday, Hadley, my twin sister, got me a blanket with Tilly's face on it. And I also got her a blanket with Tilly's face on it. Which was weird because we didn't plan it at all. But it just happened. And my mom thought it was the craziest thing ever. She was like, oh my gosh, twins. This is a twin thing. And Hadley and I were like, okay. Like, it's a little weird, but cool. But I'm going to bring my Tilly blanket. It's very cute because I do have a really fluffy blanket, but it's white and I don't want it to get dirty. So, I'm not going to bring that. But I'm excited for senior sunrise. I feel like I have a lot of stuff going on this week. I have senior sunrise, taking my driving test on Tuesday. I have like math honor society meeting. I have a Y club meeting. Also, junior year, I signed up for a bunch of leadership things, which now I'm like, one, how was I qualified for that? And two, when do I have time to do this stuff? And the answer is that I don't really have time, but I'm still in it, still doing it. So 10 out of 10 would not recommend signing for leadership positions before knowing what your schedule is going to be like, because being overloaded is not the best. But honestly, I think it'll be fine. It should be okay. It's honestly not that much at the moment. It'll be fine. But just plan ahead. Plan ahead. And you'll be fine. Take into consideration everything you have to do. If you're taking a bunch of AP classes, if you are playing sport, if you do an extracurricular activity, if you run a small business, if you, for example, have a podcast like me, like just if you're babysitting, if you're working a part-time job, think about the stuff you already have to do and then imagine it fitting in your schedule and then decide. Don't just be like, oh my gosh, yes, I will be vice president of Math Honor Society. Why? Why am I doing that? I don't know. The college resume. Short answer. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. That was What's in My Backpack, plus some high school essentials, stuff you might need, stuff to make the school year easier, I know a lot of us are starting school, have already started school, or start after Labor Day, which, good for you. Don't rub it in for the rest of us. But school will be fine. I promise everything will be okay. And don't worry about it too much. Just remember to be prepared and just focus on the things that you can control. Obviously, you can't control everything. You can't control how other people are acting. But you can take control of what you're bringing to school, of how prepared you are, if you did your summer reading, if you have all your school books, if you have paper, if you have pencils, if you are wearing the right things, if all your devices are charged. So just worry about the things that you can control, that you do have power over, and I think you'll feel less anxious and you'll be good to go. And if you haven't had your first day of school, best of luck. I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be fun. First day of school, aka syllabus day, where you don't do anything. So it'll all be good. You'll be fine. Just don't worry about it too much. And if you're already in school, I feel you. You'll be okay too. We're going to get through it together. And yeah, guys, don't forget to leave a review, subscribe, follow. You can follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok at the Girly Girl Podcast. I really appreciate you all for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye!